Hi, I'm Mary, and welcome back to my channel. And today we'll be filming part 2 of my eyeshadow palette collection, or well, really just my palette collection video. Today we have primarily, I think maybe all, but might be just primarily in the brand makeup. So we'll just quickly go through everything that I have in front of me. Let's see, first we'll start with Hank and Henry. I have two Hank and Henry palettes. The first is called Fuego. And it just looks like this. It's a nice red, primarily red with some orange and green and yellow. I mean, so it's like a nice summer palette in my book, and it's beautiful, and I have yet to use it, but I definitely want to do it sometime soon now that we're into the heart of summer. And then next after that, we have Living in Color. Had this one for a while. I like the blues over here, and then the berries up top, then this neutral quad right here. So it's, you know, a nice mix of colors. There are 4 mattes and 5 shimmers, so a nice balance. And yeah, I just really enjoy this palette. I've used this several times. And next we have Menagerie. So I have 2 palettes from Menagerie. This one is the Serenity palette. So this is Annette X Menagerie. I just love the packaging on this. And so this is by collaboration with Annette's Makeup Corner. And I love her channel, and she's such a sweetie. So I'm super happy to have this palette. I love the butterflies all around the edges. And then the quote says, "Butterflies make the world more colorful." So yeah, I just really, this is totally her, and wanted to support her, and wanted to try Menagerie. So between the two, this was the palette I first got. And then I also at the same time picked up this next one, which is the Flight Club, and it's their purple palette. You'll see a theme here. I love purple palettes. So it's definitely purple, pink, and then also like sunset type looks. But these are some of my jams. So I've tried this palette once. I really like the quality. I love Menagerie's quality. I've used this Serenity palette now 3 times, I think I want to say. And I haven't had them that long. So yeah, this is super nice, and I'm glad to have it as well. And then I have the, let's see, Sigma, 2 palettes from Sigma. This is the Corda Rosa. I love this card thing, which is why I keep it as well. And I just really love the quality here. This is just a nice, like, light pinky, neutral-ish palette. So I'm super happy to have that. Then I also have Enchanted. I love this color story. It's a little more grungy, and I actually really like it for that. Love Cosmos. And Metamorphosis. These are both probably more topper shades, especially Metamorphosis, but yeah. And then also love this evergreen color here. This is a matte. But yeah, those are beautiful shadows, and I'm super happy to have this palette. There's that. So those are the ones I only have 2 palettes from. And then we'll move into the brand that I have 3 palettes of. And this is Adept Cosmetics. This is the Codeine Dane palette. And I love this. I love the color story here. This one's actually a really beautiful ACI 27. And it just has a really nice shift there. It's sort of like, it can be pinky, it can be goldy, it can be greeny. In a way, it reminds me of the Pat McGrath, although Pat McGrath leans more pink than green, and this seems to lean more green than pink. But I definitely enjoy this one. And also really enjoy ACI 32, which is the other one that has a similar texture. And it's just beautiful as well. It is definitely the other multi-chrome in this palette, I believe. Yeah, it's just beautiful. So yeah. And then, I mean, I just shot the Codain as well, just because it's a beautiful lime green type of color. And I mean, all these are so brilliant and so shiny, and I just love that about the shimmers in these palettes. So that's Codain. And it does come with two mattes here, ACM 33 and ACM 34. Then this is Ninhydrin. And I really love this one. This has two mattes as well, ACM 32 and ACM 31 here. And then it has an ACD 18. This is actually beautiful. Go ahead and swatch that. And then, let's see, this indigo color is also beautiful. And I'll do this ACI 24. So ACI 21 was the indigo, and this is ACI 24. So that's at least a dual chrome, that last one. It's a, like turquoise to purple, I want to say. Yeah, it's beautiful as well. So there's that palette. That's the Ninhydrin. And finally we have the Plain Jane. It looks like this. I love this one as well. ACI 17. Beautiful. ACI 19. Oh, sorry, that's ACI 7 and ACI 9, not teen anything. And then also the 11 here is beautiful. So yeah, there are those three. They're just beautiful. And this is an all shimmer one. So that's actually my favorite one of the three, I think, if I had to pick. Yeah, so that's just a really beautiful palette as well. And so let's see. Next, let's see, we have three piles now that have 4 palettes each. So we'll start with this one. This is Odin's Eye, and this is the Erd palette. It's just a nice green palette. I really enjoy this. I've used this a couple times. I've gotten into greens, so that's actually kind of fun to have this as well. And then that's, this is Verdandi. And this is a pretty neutral palette. It's just really nice, and I enjoy it as well. And then this is Sculpt, and this one is an all shimmer palette. So this one I would use in conjunction with something else. I tend not to use either all mattes or all shimmer palettes independently. And then the big palette to this series is the Norns palette. It's a Swedish indie brand. So yeah, it's just really nice. These pans are really tiny here. That's my thumb. And it's almost the same size as the palette pan. So yeah, so but it's really nice quality, and so I have no gripes. I really like this one up here. It's called Amber Palace, And also like the green chameleon one down, one below it. And this whole bottom row is really sweet as well. And I also enjoyed these two mats. This green one here and then this dusty rose one up here. But yeah, it's just a really nice palette. Super to have it. Happy to have it. And then the next set I have is actually the Midas set. So these are the two artistry palettes. This is the Artistry Volume 1. And then Artistry Volume 1.2. So let me just quickly show you as soon as I get this open again. So this one, oh sorry, this is 1 and this is 1.2. But this one is slightly darker than this one, and that's really the only difference there. But I do enjoy that, having both. And then this is the Midas X Drench Cosmetics Genesis palette. Really beautiful. I really love the formula in this. Love this color, and Daring will do, and probably Phenomenal. So the standard, Daring, and Phenomenal. So there are those three. They're beautiful. Sorry about all the glitter on my arm, but you know, when you just do a lot of swatches of very glittery palettes, that's what you get. And then this is the Midas X Smoky Glow palette, and it's called Smoky Glow. And it just recently came back in restock, so I was happy to be able to get it. It's beautiful. I haven't used it, but definitely love the color story. It's like right up my alley, as I'm sure you can figure out by now, watching this far into the video. And then the next brand that I have, the last brand that I have 4 palettes from is Give Me Glow. So this is the Juicy Olive, clearly an olive palette. I love the shimmer, Give Me Glow shimmers. Here, we'll just do the 2 shimmers in here. That one. And I mean, they're just beautiful and like really shiny, and I just super enjoy this. And love green shadows all of a sudden. Don't know why. For a long time I've been scared of them, but all of a sudden I really enjoy them. So super happy to have just a straight up olive palette. Next is Vintage Rose. And then I love that it's a pink palette with a pop of green. And I think that was like just such beautiful looks. It's just a beautiful palette. Used this 3-4 times since I've gotten it, and I've got it at the same time I got the Juicy Olive, which was pretty recent. This was my first palette with Give Me Glow. This is the Vivid Rose, and it's a pink and purple palette. Shock. Love the quality, love the formula, love this one especially. Oops, sorry. Also really love this one. Those two are just beautiful, and look at how shiny they are. And then the most recent Give Me Glow palette I have is this one, and this is the Pastel Dreams. And here it is beautiful. So there's a matte and a shimmer for each of the colors of the rainbow. I know pink isn't red, and it's not really a color of the rainbow, but in this case it is. So there's pink, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. So yeah, it's just a really nice palette. I really like the formula. As I said, each one has a matte and a shimmer, and so it's just a nice mix. Then let's see. Okay, so next is Nabla. This is the one I have the next most palettes. This I have 7 palettes from. 5 of them are these cutie palettes, which is a smaller size. They're coming out with 2 new cutie ones, which I will definitely need to pick up. Because at this point it's a collection. What can I say? So the first cutie palette I have is Nude. And then Coral is number 2. And number 3 is Platinum. I really like this one. This is a nice, like, cool toned, sultry one. So yeah, it's just a really nice palette. And then this is Metropolitan. It's a neutral with a pop of coral. And this is Wildberry. And then I have 2 of the bigger palettes. This is Secret. I love the texture of this one. It's all textured even on the back. Love the color story. Need to use this more. But that's the story of my life with my palette collection. Because it's gotten so outrageously big. And then Poison Garden. This one I have used a couple times. Need to use it more. Really like the color story, especially the purple and the blue here, as well as the cranberry color up here. I guess I'd call that cranberry. But yeah, it's just a super nice palette, and I'm really glad to have it. One downside is the packaging gets super dirty super quickly. Then next I have my Nomad palettes. So I have them in order from newest to oldest. And let's see, so the newest is America's Parks. Beautiful. I just got this like 2 days ago, so this is the first time I've even really like premiered it on the channel or even shown it. I love the like swirled shades here in the center. I love like the oranges and the blue and purples, and of course the greens. But yeah, I just so when I saw this I had to have it, and I just loved the color story. Love the color story. Next is the Shanghai Yin Yang palette. This one was only sold for like a couple of days, and it was the topic of controversy, so it was pulled. I don't know if they're going to like figure out a way to re-release it or what, but I hope they do for their sake, because it's a beautiful palette. I love the fact that it's mattes with a shimmer, one of the 2 yin yang colors, and then shimmers all around the matte black. So I mean, so you got both the black and the white, and they're just beautiful. I love the layout. I love the color story. I wish that the match would go a little deeper. I know it has a black, but you know, even so, I'd still wish it went a little deeper, since these are all very similar beige colors. Yeah, so in any case, it's a really nice palette. Super happy I have it. Glad I got it on launch day, so that I got it before it was pulled. But yes, so that's that palette. And then next is Iceland Fire and Ice. Really like this cool tone palette. I love the blues over here especially, and then the 2 greens over here and this purple. I actually really like this one as well. But yeah, so it's just a beautiful palette. Has beautiful embossing too, which I hate to ruin by swatching, but I mean, or using, but you know, so it goes. I used this a couple times. Oops, sorry about that. I'll try to fix that. But they're just the shimmer shades. They're beautiful, and I really enjoy this palette for that reason. At first, I was kind of confused by the whole orange in the middle of basically cool tone palette, but I really do enjoy those colors now that I've used it a couple times. So yeah, happy to have this palette. Then next is the Cartagena Magica palette, and it's just like my perfect spring summer palette. This one you can totally make really nice sunset type looks. One problem is there isn't quite a deep enough color to deepen it up if you wanted to give it some dimension, but it is, other than that, a really nice palette. Used that several times. And this is the Nomad Orient Express. This is the other 18 pan one that I have. And I just really enjoy this one. I just love the color story. This I think of as more of a fall winter color story, but you can use it really anytime you want. I just think of it as more of a fall winter story. I've used it once and just really enjoy it. Love the packaging. It has this like nice soft and cushiony packaging. Just super happy with that. And then next we have the Tokyo Harajuku palette. This is the Pastels palette. Super enjoy this one. So this top row is all mattes. The next row is satin, and then this row is like their special shimmer shades. This row is beautiful. Love the. This is definitely a topper shade, but I love that one. This one. And this one. So these are really beautiful. I think these two are more topper shades, but they're still beautiful. This one has an orange to pink shift, or yellow to pink shift. This one's just a straight up purple, and I think this one's just a straight up green, like lime, or I mean mint green. Yeah, so those are all just beautiful. And yes, I really love this palette. And this is the Marrakesh Medina palette. Yeah, like that it's more of a deeper neutral palette with some pops of color around the edge here. Love the yellow, love the blues, love those, the red and the coral, maybe terracotta, I don't know, whatever color you call that, but yeah, I love those colors. And then this is the Berlin Underground palette. This is a nice grungy palette. It only has a couple true mattes and a couple satins, and the rest are all shimmery. Just a really nice palette, and I really enjoy the formula and the grunginess of this. And let's see, finally we have Juvia's Place. Sorry for shooting the thing. This is my Juvia's Place collection. So let's see, first we have the Nubian Royal. Beautiful little 6-pan purple palette. Has a glitter over here. If you don't like glitters, just be forewarned. Just really enjoy this palette. Not much else to say. Next is the Nubian Glow. Sorry about that. Nubian Glow is a yellow palette. This is my only yellow palette, mainly because I tend to look jaundiced with certain types of yellows. Some of these work, some of these do not. On my skin tone, this one's a glitter. Just be forewarned if you don't like glitter. And this is the Mauves palette. This is just a nice pinks, ish palette. Really enjoy this, and not much else to say. Used it several times. Next we have the Magic Mini. This one I like because it's sort of it's a pastel leaning palette is what I'd say, but it does have some nice deeper shades down on the bottom here. Only a couple neutral colors, so yeah, this is actually really nice and colorful, and like all Juvia's Place palettes, it's nice and pigmented. I tend to like their mattes a lot, and some of shimmer formulas are pretty good. This one is pretty good. And then next is the Masquerade Mini. So this is a half neutral, half colorful palette. Top half's colorful, bottom half's neutral. Color payoff is really nice in all of it. And it has the standard Juvia's Place formula. Then next I have my bigger 9-pan palettes. So these are, this is the Warrior. It's a neutral color story, but it's really nice and the color payoff's good. The Warrior 2. This is an all matte palette. Again, I generally don't use all matte palettes by themselves, but it's nice to have, and it's really good. It's the really good formula. The Warrior 3. This is the colorful one. There are only 2 shimmers. They're both these 2 down here. The rest are all matte. Really enjoy it. It's close to a rainbow palette, but not quite. Then I have the Zulu. This really is a rainbow palette. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, a couple of neutrals. Yeah, or a neutral. It's brown. But yeah, it's just a really good color palette, and I enjoy it. Rainbow palette, rather. I enjoy it. And this is the Saharan 2. Really enjoy this. Has a pop of blue, a pop of green, but mainly it's a darker neutral palette, and enjoy it. Then I have the rest of my Juvia's Place palette. So this is the Nubian. This is like the go-to palette. It is a neutral palette. Is probably, I think it's one of their first palettes. Next is the Nubian 3 Coral. This is a coral and gray palette with a row of neutrals sort of in the center. Yeah, like it. It's a nice cool tone palette. Glad I have it. Primarily cool tone, that is. Then just so that I'm not skipping all around, this is the Nubian 2. It's the bigger pans, which is why it's on the bottom. Has a pop of blue, pop of green, mainly neutrals. I enjoy it. Then I have the Afrique. This is one of my newest palettes. It's a nice colorful palette. Love the yellow, love the blue, love the green. Like this terracotta color. And then finally, in this video, I have the Nomad. It's just a nice grungy palette, and it's a smaller size than their regular 9 pans. Here, let me see if I can quickly show you. So, there we go. So this is the Nomad on top here, and this is the regular size down at the bottom. But yeah, I really enjoy this color story, so I'm super happy to have gotten this, because it seems to be not on the Juvia's Place website, nor is Afrique. You know, I only got them on Ulta, so yeah, super happy to have those. So that rounds out part 2 of my palette collection video. So I'll be back with part 3 in a little bit. Bye!